Hi, my name is Ian. This is my second year working at the Writing Center. We offer a variety of writing services, and we are located in the Glasscock building in room 112 here on campus. Today I'm going to be discussing how to format your APA reference page. So the purpose of the reference page is to provide a list of all of your sources used or referenced within your paper. So all the research you conducted, everything you make mention of within your paper, that's going to go on your reference page. So you begin your reference page on a fresh new page, and it's immediately after your last paragraph in your paper. So what you're going to do to start off is center and bold the word references at the top of the page. Do not do any other formatting on that, like underlining it or italicizing it or anything. It's just bolded and centered. And your reference page should always be alphabetized, double spaced, and utilize a hanging indent. Here's an example of your reference page. You can see the word bolded and centered at the top. You can see that there's a hanging indent with the author's last name furthest to the left, and then all the text below that on each section slightly more indented. And the sources are alphabetical. So what goes in a reference? All references will include the following info, and there might be some variation depending on the type of source, but you're going to have your who, when, what, and where. So the who is the author's name. You're always going to put their full last name, but just their first and middle initials. You're going to put when it was published, the title of the work, and some of the source data. And so you can see below an example of where to plug everything in. So here's how you would format an authored book. This would be if you're referencing an entire book, and you would put the edition and volume number or the print version. So again, you'd plug in the author's last name and their first and middle initial. If there's more than one author, you would put the and symbol. If there's two authors, in parentheses, you'd put the year of publication. You would italicize the title of the book. You would put in parentheses the edition of the book, and then the publisher following that. And you can see an example below that where they formatted this book by Dyson. Here's an example of a chapter in an edited book. So this would be if you were just referencing a chapter rather than the whole publication. And so this would also be for a print version as well. So you can see again where to plug in all the information, the author's name, the year, the title or entry that you're referencing. You can see that you would make mention of the editor. You'd put the title of the book in italics again, along with the edition, volume number, and all the other applicable information that you're pulling. Here's how you'd format a journal article. Some of them come with a DOI number, which is kind of like a link, but it's specific to that source. It never changes. And it also shows you how to format it without the DOI number. Again, plug in the same info, the author's name, the year, the title of the text. You would also put the title of the journal and volume number. And you can see how they attach the DOI onto the end if it is applicable to your source. Here's how you'd format a web page. So this is how you would do a web page with an individual author or perhaps a group author. Again, just plug in all the same info, the author's name and their initials, the date, the title of the work in italics, the site name, and then you would put the URL on the end as well. And this is another example of how to format a web page on your reference page, and this is specific to news articles especially. So it's just the same as the last one. You put the author's name, the date, title in italics, the site name, and the URL following that. So if you have any more questions on how to cite, you can come onto the Writing Center, of course, and we'll be able to help you with APA and a variety of other citation styles you might need help on. You can also visit apastyle.apa.org, and they'll have sources there on how to cite all your sources in APA. And the Purdue OWL website also is very helpful for this. And the Writing Center also has a variety of handouts on APA and also has the APA handbook on site, so you can reference that as well. And so here are some of our references in APA for this presentation. And that's all for this presentation on APA references. If you need any more help on APA, feel free to watch some of our additional videos or come on by the Writing Center.